Yeah, how's it going, Alan? A few times last game, there seems to be a bit of a sync issue, whether it was Justin rolling out, throwing a pass to you on the so I think it was the right side of the field. And it seemed like the timing between you all is a bit off. Do you feel this is a concern for you? And if it's not a concern, how do you feel you can adjust to one another and get in better sync?
Yeah, I think it's if it's the play that I think that you're speaking of. Yeah, he's scrambling to the right. I had a slant on the other side of the field, so as he's scrambling, I'm rolling to the sideline. I saw Khalil further downfield than me. I saw Mooney on the sideline. So as I'm rolling, as he's rolling to the left, I'm trying to stay in line with him to the left and trying to stay in that window because there's a defender like in between me and Mooney. So and then on that one, I actually didn't think he threw it to me because like as I'm rolling, he wasn't really looking at me. It looked like he was like looking further down the field. And then once I saw the ball thrown, I just tried to turn back and make a play.
Go ahead, Alex.
On that same play that you were just talking about, I'm pretty sure that's the one where it seemed like somebody was in Justin's headset saying it was a free play. Is that something that's communicated to you on the field? Are you aware that you think there's a free play going on? Now, obviously, there wasn't a flag for 12 men on the field, but is that communicated to you? Are you aware of that?
At that time, I was not aware of that. I was trying to get the call to Marquise Goodwin. He didn't ultimately get the play call. So I was trying to get the call out to him. And then like once I kind of peeked back inside, the ball was being snapped. And then I just ran the slant. And then we kind of got into scramble drill after that. But that's not something that's like alerted like right then. Especially and sometimes too, with it being away games, even if a call is kind of made at the line of scrimmage, being on the outside is tough for us to hear. So we're kind of looking at the ball anyway in those kind of instances.
All right, go ahead, Colleen.
Hey, Ellen, I know you've been dealing with an ankle injury the last couple of weeks. I'm just wondering how that's made things more difficult for you in practice or in games, just as far as your limitations.
Hasn't limited me too much. I mean, obviously I've been limited a little bit in practice, but and maybe a little bit in the game, but not too much.
Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Rob, on the I think it was the last interception, the one down the sideline where you guys were backed up. What was your view of that play? And then I guess just in general, where do you feel like the chemistry is at right now between you and Justin?
Yeah, so on that one, it's off coverage. I'm running a go ball. The defender was he was at like about 10 yards off or so. So as I close the cushion to him, and then I get a step on him, I'm still digging, for the go ball. You know what I'm saying? So then once I look back, the ball was in the air. I tried to slam on the brakes and maybe come back, but at that point in time, it was too late for me. It wasn't too much that I could do at that point, because again, like I said before, I'm thinking and that it's off coverage, go ball. I'm chasing down the DB, and then once I get to him, now I'm really digging and then looking up for the ball. As I'm continuing to, build speed down the field.
So just to clarify, I mean, is he throwing that more like a back shoulder in that situation? And is it based off of what coverage you guys are seeing?
In that instance, I'm not thinking back shoulder at all.
Yeah.
Nothing would have told me in that instance that a back shoulder ball is coming.
And then where do you feel like your chemistry is at right now with Justin? And I'm sure that's something you guys are working on a daily basis.
Yeah, for sure. That's something that we're continuing to build on. Again, continuing to get reps in practice. Again, it wasn't, many snaps that we kind of took throughout training camp and stuff like that. So, a lot of these things, again, we're just trying to build on.
Go ahead, Chris.
Alan, after that game Sunday, Justin spoke, to the media and really kind of took ownership of saying that he was going to keep working hard and, kind of spoke like what you want to hear from a leader. What have you seen of him since that game or even dating back to that game against the Browns in terms of how he responds and what kind of unity he tries to bring to you guys as a team?
Oh, yeah. For him wanting to get better each and every day, I think that's something that, that we share a common denominator with, across the board in a lot of our position groups is that guys take a lot of pride in what they're doing and guys want to continue to get better and guys are going out there practicing hard and trying to improve on the things that we aren't doing well at the time.
Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, Alan. Conventionally, when you have a great run game, it helps set up the pass game. But for whatever reason, it seems like with you guys, there's a bit of a disconnect between the pass game and the run game. From your perspective, what is that disconnect between the pass game and the run game?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure. I think that's stuff that we want to and that we're trying to get figured out. Again, just trying to continue to build on concepts that we're doing well and things like that. So it's a continuous work in progress.
Steve?
Yeah, hi, Alan. Penn State's going to Ohio State this weekend. Any smack talk there between you and Justin about this game?
I mean, at the time, no, not right now. We're trying to get our own stuff figured out right now. So I'm sure as the week kind of progressed, there definitely will probably be some.
Other question, Monday Night Football traditional broadcast or Peyton and Eli?
To be honest, I haven't even watched it yet. I mean, I've heard a lot about it and seen a lot about it on Twitter. I actually saw like a thumbnail of Marshawn Lynch, I think, speaking at the game as well. So I'm sure it's probably very entertaining.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Alan, just wondering what your general level of concern is with several players going on the COVID list, and now obviously yesterday the big news was your head coach as well has got the virus.
It's definitely a concern as far as being more cautious and making sure I'm doing everything that I need as far as keeping myself a little bit distant, making sure that, I'm taking all the proper protocols myself to make sure that I'm staying healthy and keeping my family healthy and things like that. But it definitely is, a little bit of cause of concern for guys to just be a little more cautious.
Joe Lewis?
Going back to that chemistry question between you and Justin, this isn't the first quarterback, of course, you've had to adjust to. I mean, even last year you had two quarterbacks to adjust to. Have you had a chance to talk to Justin, maybe offer him advice on how to adjust to your style of play?
Right now, I think the main thing is that we're just trying all to, figure out, our niches in the scheme of what we're doing and trying to figure out everything like that. It's tough to say, because again, like I said before, we're trying to figure out, certain concepts and stuff that we're doing well and want to run well and things like that, So it's a little bit different than just saying, okay, how to adjust to me this way, because at the same time, I'm trying to figure out, as far as, certain things and where I need to be and how I need to be on certain aspects myself.
Go ahead, Colleen.
Hey, Alan, Coach Nagy talked to us a little bit about the team meeting you guys had Saturday night at the hotel, just where you guys had some open conversation. I was wondering what you took away from that and if it's anything that can, help you guys now that you are on a, kind of tough losing streak.
For myself, I took away from it, from my own personal self, is just, continuing to be mindful of, constant, never-ending self-improvement and trying to get better, and trying to do the things to the best of my ability when my number is called, whatever that may be. So, that's just where my focus is at. That's where my focus always has been.
Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, Alan, we've seen the team go more max protect sometimes, even bringing an extra lineman to protect. In those cases, when you are going more protection and there's fewer skill players downfield, have you noticed it's making it harder for you to get open downfield?
With some of the concepts that we're running, it definitely you have more people in coverage. So if that's instead of a tight end or having an O lineman in, now you may only have a couple people en route. So depending on what teams are running, that does make it a little bit more difficult if you're getting too high and stuff like that, because now it's about 7 defenders or so. If they're not blitzing or anything like that.